Hi YouTube, my name's Bobby. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, this is your first video, welcome. And if you've watched my previous one where I did like an e-boy look, hope you liked it. So, y'all, and you already know, Morgantown, couch burning. But, listen guys, I hope the camera's like not crooked. But honestly, I don't really care at this point. I have to tell this story because, y'all, so as you guys know, a lot of colleges got sent home early because of coronavirus. And, you know, we had to finish the semester. Okay. We had to finish the semester online, which freaking sucked. I loved college. I still do love it. And I can't wait to go back. And honestly, while I've been home, it doesn't feel like I'm in high school again, but I've kind of been reminiscing somewhat just because, like, I'm living in my parents' house. Like, this was my room in high school, so. Oh, and I bought this hat, and I think it's so funny. Okay, that was irrelevant, but, you know, I've been feeling like, you know, I've been looking back and being like, wow, like high school was really freaking wild, especially the one I went to. There was just some shit that went down that was just so like wild. And I thought of this one particular story that it just has to be told. It really has to be told because I'm really a G for it. I have to say, like, really, Joann the scammer has entered the chat, okay? But anyways, this is the story of how I scammed / got my way out of a situation with my gym teacher and my counselor and principal. So stay tuned. So this happened my senior year, and I was so hyped to go into my senior year. I was like, this is my last year. I'm gonna kill it. You know, I'm ready to go in there and just fuck shit up. And that's exactly what I did, baby. So, whatever. I got my schedule, and, you know, basically how my school worked, like, if you wanted a good schedule, you had to go in the summer, like, prior to the school year actually starting, because that's just what you had to do. Because shit gets chaotic. If you know, you know. So that's what me and my friends would do, like a week or two before school. We would go and get our schedules. And basically, if you don't like your schedule, you can tell your counselor like what you want to add, what you want to drop, whatever. So my original schedule, I'm not going to tell you guys the first part. Well, basically I should, I guess, say like there was 9 periods in one school day, and each period was 45 minutes long, so that's like a whole school day. I know like every school is different, but it does come into play in the story. So I'm not going to go through like my first couple periods because it's irrelevant to the story. But my original schedule, sorry y'all, that really took me a hot second to remember what my schedule was. But anyways, anatomy was 4th period. This was like at the very beginning of the school year. Anatomy was 4th period, English was 5th, gym was 6th, 7th I had study hall, 8th I had AP biology, and then 9th period I didn't have a class, so I could leave after 8th. But at my school, if you had all your credits, you could leave school early. For example, one of my friends left after 4th period, and honestly I was like, I don't need to do that. Like, I'm gonna, you know, take AP bio, I'm gonna do all this. Until like a week into school, I was like, this ain't it. The school's hot. We didn't have freaking air conditioning. And I was like, all my friends left early. So it was like me and a bunch of freaking like I was walking through the hallways and there was like a bunch of freaking underclassmen. I was like, I'm not doing this all year. So I decided to drop AP bio. So that basically freed me up 2 extra periods. So I was leaving after 8th and now I'm leaving after 6th. So that meant, you know, I had English 5th, gym 6th, but it was so hot. I was like, I'm not really trying to stay for 6th period either. So at my school, you only had to take gym for 1 semester. So I went to my counselor. This was, I guess I should add this in. There's an add drop period that's about 2 school weeks long, so you can add classes or drop them. This is like the first 2 weeks of school. So I go to my counselor and I'm like, hey, like can I just take gym the second half of the semester because I'm gonna leave after 5th period because it's hot in this building. She's like, sure, blah, blah, blah. So that meant I could now leave after 5th period. I was like,
I was
like, oh my God, this is so cool. Me and my friends would go out to eat after school. It was everything. So that basically was that for the first semester. But since I decided to drop gym for the first semester, that meant I had to take it my second semester. Keep that in mind. So I was scheduled to take it 6th period the next semester, and I was like, oh, whatever, I'll deal with that then. So next semester rolls around and I have gym 6th period, like I said, for 8 freaking times. And also I just showered, don't mind my hair being wet. So the teacher that taught gym that period, there was like a handful of gym teachers, and the teacher I had, the teacher I had was horrible. Oh my God, she was like literally the worst. She was like old, she was miserable. Everyone hated her. And I hate to sound like that because I'm sure being a teacher nowadays is hard because kids are bad, especially the high school I went to. Kids were freaking wild, like fighting, like freaking talking back to teachers. Like, I'm sure nowadays being a teacher is hard. And don't get me wrong, I loved 90% of the teachers I've ever had, but there's just like a handful of teachers that really just like did me so dirty that I just like cannot fuck with them. And I always gave teachers benefit of the doubt, always. I actually like still keep in contact with a few of my teachers. I'm about to be a sophomore in college in the fall. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there because I feel like teachers really be going through it because kids are wild, but just wanted to add that in. So like I said, this teacher, like she's old, she's miserable, and she's just like horrible. Like literally she's a gym teacher. She's the type of gym teacher, she wants you leaving that class sweating. She wants you leaving that class wore the fuck out. And y'all, at my school we had a dress code. We had to wear a collared shirt and khakis every day. But y'all know me, I tiptoed around that dress code. I damn near broke that shit every day because I was trying to look cute. I was trying to look cute, which I don't know why, because in college, like literally no one cares about what you wear to class. But in high school is a little bit different. And plus, since we had a dress code, I was like, it gives me an excuse to dress up, so why not? I would wear like tight freaking pants, Chelsea boots, button-ups. I'll insert pictures right here. And sis, I was not really trying to be sweaty at gym at school in those clothes. Even though we did have to change, sometimes I would like not bring shoes because I wore Chelsea boots all the damn time. I thought they were just like so freaking cool, which I still think they are. And she would literally, like, she targeted me, y'all. I'm telling you, she targeted me. She would be like, those aren't gym shoes, or why aren't you changed, or what are you doing, blah blah blah. Keep in mind, the other teachers were so freaking chill, but she's mental. Like, she literally had a problem. So it's like the first 2 weeks, and this girl, she's an old woman. I don't know why I keep calling her a girl. She's making me miserable. I'm not even joking, you guys. How my gym was set up is like a big gym, like obviously it's gym class. There was like a little hallway with like bathrooms and then like a weight room. And you could either be in the gym or the weight room. And a lot of me and my friends, this is another thing. I had no friends in this class. The 6th period gym class, second semester, I had no friends. But I did have friends in the 5th period gym class. So just keep that in mind because it comes into play. So like, you could be in the weight room or like the big gym room, and a lot of kids would go in the weight room and just like fuck around. They'd sit on the benches or like just stand around, and she was the type of teacher, she would go in there and be like, what are you doing? Do you even know how to use that machine? Like, she took her job very, very seriously. Other teachers would kind of like turn a blind eye to it, or like kind of make a joke about it. Like, if someone was sitting on like a bench press machine, she would come up, be like, all right, I'm gonna spot you, or how many reps did you do, blah blah blah. Meanwhile, other teachers be like, what are you doing, blah blah, like joking around. But y'all, like, like I said, she targeted me. She would follow me around, and me and her would like argue, like not argue, but I would like definitely get fucking smart with her, because this girl like was just so obsessed. Sorry, there's a TV show on and it's like loud. She was just so freaking obsessed with me, and it was like sad. Okay, I'm about to turn this off because it's too distracting. So she would be like, Bobby, how many laps did you do? And I would get smart, because she would get smart with me, I'd get smart right the fuck back.
Don't come at me if you don't want me coming right back, feel me?
And there'd be times where I'd like walk away from her because like she was pissing me off, and I didn't want to like snap out on her. And the bitch would follow me. Like, let's say like me and like we start like kind of bickering in the gym room. I'd like walk to the weight room to just like, I guess, remove myself, and she would follow me. Y'all, like, oh my god. It was just so bad. So I'm like 911ing to my friends, like, oh my god, like, what am I gonna do? And they're like, go freaking get your shit switched, like, fuck her. Or no, it was my friends that had 5th period gym. They were like, come in our class, like, the fuck her. And I was like, oh, period. Because they had the cool gym teacher, actually. That gym teacher, I'm gonna name him Mr. B, and I'm gonna name the old witch that I had Miss A. Mr. B and my brother were cool. So he would always say what's up to me in the hallway. He'd ask me how my brother was doing. Me and him were tight. Like, he was so cool. He was like very lenient. Like, I started getting concerned because it was my senior year, okay? And at my high school, I know this might sound bad, but seniors skip class all the damn time. It was just a thing, and I feel like a lot of teachers, like I said, would turn a blind eye to it just because, like, we're seniors. Like, it's not that deep. Most of us have already applied to college and gotten in, and yeah. This girl, Miss A, the witch, I skipped class one time, I remember, because someone had like a party after school. No. I don't know. Me and my friends did some bullshit after school, and I skipped. I was like, fuck her. I'm not going to deal with her. I'm going to have fun with my friends. And she wrote me up, y'all, and I had to go to detention. I had a detention. And this happened like a few times. And it got to the point where, like, the principal, I should name her too. We'll call her Miss C. Miss C called me down to the office because it was like my 3rd detention. She's like, why do you keep getting these? And I said that Miss A is obsessed with me. She's out to get me. Oh, another thing. I was like the only senior in that gym class. It was like hella freshmen. That's another reason why I just like couldn't deal with it. And the Miss A, the principal, I'm so bad at telling stories, y'all. Miss A, the principal, was like, you know, this is like your 3rd detention. If you get another one, I have to suspend you. I'm like,
suspend me? Suspend me? You gotta be out your damn mind.
Y'all, I was such a good kid. Like, I liked school. Like, honestly. Sorry, I'm writing down these names because I can't keep up with Miss A, B, C, D, E, F. So I'm like, suspend me, bitch, you're wildin'. You're fucking wildin'. Stay hydrated. I'm like, bitch, suspend me, you are wildin'.
Literally fucking wildin'.
So that's when I said to her, like, I really, like, hate this teacher. And she's like, you know, yeah, like, a lot of students complain about her, but just try to stick it out. I'm like, what the fuck ever. Anyways, those detentions, I would do morning detentions. Oh my god, this is so funny. I'm just gonna say it because I graduated. I don't give a fuck. I was like, look, I'm not trying to come after school. Can I come before school, like morning detention, like before homeroom? Can I come sit in your office? She's like, yeah, I guess, blah, blah, blah. So the first time I went to one of the morning detentions, I walked in and she's like, just sit in the office. Or this is what she told me before I went. She's like, sit in the office for like 45 minutes, and just chill there, like whatever, you're in detention. So I guess that was like not a thing, even though I've sworn I've heard other kids do that, because I would sat in the office and like staff members would walk in, look at me like I was crazy, like, what are you doing here? Blah, blah, blah. Even the freaking secretaries looked at me crazy. And then I have to explain to everyone,
Like, bitch, I'm in detention.
and a lot of the teachers that, like I said, y'all, I fucked with 90% of my teachers. A lot of the teachers that like had me previous years would come in and be like, you're in detention? Like, what? Like, you're such a good kid. Why are you here? And I'm like, because of Miss freaking C, the gym teacher. She is a witch and she is just like out to get me. And y'all, like, everyone be like, oh, like her, like, yeah, that makes sense. And I'm like, yeah. So I guess I came up with this plan. I was like, I was getting like morning detention after morning detention after morning detention. And I was like, I'm not trying to come here 45 minutes early. So what I did on like the last two times was, Miss A, the one who gave me the detention as a principal, she came in last after all the staff members. She came in like right before freaking homeroom started. She came there at 7:05. I remember this. She came in at 7:05. Bitch, I was not sitting there for no damn 45 minutes. I would come in like 10 minutes before she walks in. Like, she gets there at 7:05. I would get there at like 6:55, or even one time I got there at like 7. I would sit there and act like I've been there for the full 45 minutes. And she would walk in and be like, good morning, how was your detention? You know what I mean? Me and her were cool, Miss A. Like, she's a cool principal, I guess. And I'd be like, good, like, bitch, little do you know, I've only been here for 5 minutes. Like, joke is on you. Because I am not a morning detention kind of guy. I'm not built for it, guys. So you just gotta like scam your way through the system. Anyways, I feel like this story's all over the place, but back to the main objective. So I'm getting all these detentions. I'm like, bro, this bitch is like trying to ruin my senior year. And plus, like, every time I'd skip, my grade would go down. So I had like a low B at this point. And this was after like 2 weeks. I'm like, oh my God. And I knew, like, you needed this gym credit to graduate. And I knew this bitch was so freaking fucked up in the head and just like obsessed with me and out to get me. She would literally fail me. And like, I would like not be able to graduate. Like, that's the kind of like bitch she was. And yo, I was just so stressed out. I was like, oh my God, what do I do? I would come home from school and I'd be so miserable. And my mom was like, what is up with you? Like, this isn't like you. You normally like school. I'm like, thank you. I like school. I liked high school. It was like fun for me. Yeah, there was like stupid moments and like stressful moments, but especially I never really had teacher drama like this. So it was just very stressful. And my mom was like, well, you got to get out of that class. Because, like, if you fail this class, like, you're not graduating. And like I said, I knew she was that, like, spiteful and petty. Like, she'd be the type to fail me. So I'm like, damn, like, my future is kind of, like, in this, like, woman's hands. So I'm like, I can either A, kiss her ass for the rest of the year and be miserable, or B, I can get the fuck ASAP out of this bitch. So I chose the second option, and you know, I went to my counselor. Bro, my counselor, we'll call her Miss D. My counselor was my bitch. I loved her to death. Like, me and her still talk to this day. She, like, I went to her all 4 years throughout high school. She was just so cool, like, down to earth. And that was my girl. So I went straight to her. I was like, Miss D, like, this woman is just, like, I can't deal with her. She's stressing me out. She's, like, literally about to ruin my senior year. Like, I know she's going to be the type to fail me. And she's like, why don't you stop skipping class? And I'm like, sis,
I'm a damn senior. I fucking run this bitch.
Like, not really, but that's like how I felt at the time. I was like, I fucking run this bitch. You gotta help me. Come on. I was such a good student all throughout high school. You can't like help me here. She's like, all right. She makes a deal with me. She's like, if the principal approves it, I will switch you into 5th period gym and you can have 6th period English. Now, keep in mind, this was after that ad drop period, that 2-week ad drop period. So, like, I wasn't really supposed to be allowed to switch out classes at this point. Now, since I mentioned English, I should mention my English teacher. My English teacher was also, like, one of my favorite teachers throughout high school. She was so freaking cool. I had her junior and senior year. So she had a 5th period English and a 6th period English. So I was like, oh, bet. We can just do a little switcheroo. And I knew, like, this sounds bad, but if I wanted to, like, not go to English, like, the English teacher wouldn't, like, write me up. I'll call her Miss E, even though she's not, like, super relevant to the story, but whatever. I still talk to her to this day as well. So I asked her, I was like, hey, like, do you care if I come to your 6th period? She's like, no, come on, like, blah, blah, blah. So, whatever. I go ask Miss A, the principal who's been giving me detentions. I'm like, hey, even though it's past the ad drop period, can you help me out and switch my last 2 classes so that I can have gym 6th, so that I can have gym 5th and English 6th. And I was just like, I've been such a good student throughout all these years. I never caused you guys trouble. Like, can you please just help me out? She goes,
No. No, it's past the ad drop period. You can't do that.
I can't do that. Okay. So at this point, I'm panicking. I'm like, oh my God, like, this is like this fucking sucks. This sucks. Like, this freaking old hag is going to ruin my senior year. So I'm like, what can I do? So I go home and I brainstorm. Because, ladies and gents, Sir Robert Martin here sometimes just does not accept no's and answers. Certain things, like, in life, and I feel like this can apply to everyone, sometimes you just can't accept no's and answer. And if you have to scam, or maybe do some shady shit, you gotta do what you wanna do. Not really, but somewhat. So I go home and I'm brainstorming. I'm like, okay, if she gets the principal's approval, she'll switch me. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to, like, impersonate her. Bitch, I don't got no damn blonde wig. So I'm thinking I can just, you know what? You need a principal's approval? Here you go. There's no fucking lid on this, but y'all get the point. And I literally, like, signed a piece of paper saying, like, I approve of Bobby switching his last 2 classes, and I signed her freaking signature. And the counselor took it. The counselor took it because she fucked with me so heavy and she trusted me, which, sorry, girl, like, if you ever watch this, like, I still fuck with you, but you know what I mean? I had to do what I had to do because that woman probably would have failed me and I wouldn't have graduated. And babe, I'm not staying in high school for another year. I'm just not doing it. Especially, like, I worked hard in high school. I was an honors student. I was, like, when I tell you guys, like, this was really, like, the only teacher in high school that I had issues with. All my teachers loved me because I was a good student. I was always, like, on top of my assignments. And I was, like, I brought life to the classroom, like, period. Like, anyone that had class with me, like, I did my work, yet we had some fun in that bitch, okay? So whatever, and the counselor switches my classes. And I'm like, yes, like, thank God. Like, ugh, what a relief. So it all worked out. My last 2 classes were switched so that I had English 6th and gym 5th. And I was in gym with my friends. And honestly, guys, like, I would leave after 4th period a lot. Like, even though I wasn't supposed to, we would, like, fake sign out and then leave after fourth period because like because I had like the cool gym teacher, like he was like cool with, he knew my brother, so he like always like took care of me. Like he was cool. He was never like, I was never worried like, oh my god, he's gonna fail me. And my sixth period, and then my English teacher, me and her were also very close, and I was never really worried about her like writing me up either. So that basically is the time that I got myself out of a situation. Honestly, you gotta do what you gotta do. Miss A, my principal, or Miss D, counselor, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I liked both of you, but Miss C was not about to ruin my life. She just wasn't. She was not about to ruin my senior year. Because honestly, she made me miserable for like a solid 2 weeks. She really did. Like, ugh. So I had to do what I had to do. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. If you want more story times, I have plenty because, you know, I have plenty because it can never just be normal with me. Anyways, make sure you give this video a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.